My name is Carl, and I identify two ways. As a dad of a child with FASD and as a adult with FASD diagnosed late in life. I'm 52 now, and I was diagnosed this last May with the disorder. I didn't really have interventions. I had a very uh, when I was 17, I had a probation officer that said, you have two paths in life. One will involve a prison and one won't. And then immediately following graduation, I joined the Army. A year after I got out of the Army, I got married. And I've been, my wife and I have been together 30 years. And that's my support. I asked my wife, I said, well, we've been together 30 years. Do you think I might have fetal alcohol? And she said, well, that's a no-brainer. Uh, so we went down and started the process of getting the diagnosis. We did the brain online scan tool with University of San Diego. And then I took those results to Dr. Larry Bird in Grand Forks at UND. Spent 2.5 hours with him, and he said, well, yeah, you have it. And that's nothing on mom. My mom was an awesome mom, and even though we didn't always see eye to eye in a lot of things, I don't hold this against her. There's a stigma attached to FASD, not just for mom, but for the person with the disorder. I am not FASD. I have FASD. And there's a distinct difference. Everybody knows somebody with the disorder, even if they're not diagnosed. That's how prevalent it is. Not everybody with FASD has the physical features to go with the disorder. I don't. My son doesn't. And people with FASD will develop chronic health issues as they age. I've got systemic lupus. I've got nerve disorder. My doctor this week said, do you have any questions or advice? Because she said, I'm new to your team. And I said, well, I can either get busy living or I can get busy dying. And I've got way too much to do to die today. So we're going to keep living. When I identify a goal and something that I want to achieve, I will move heaven and earth to do that. And that's something I'm good at, very good at. I've never met a stranger, and my son is the same way in that regard. When you're passionate about something, it's easy to identify in others and help other families find the resources and supports they need, even when they don't exist. I do a ton of parent-to-parent support. I do individualized education planning meetings for students and all of those things. And when my wife and I started the nonprofit, it was under the rule that we didn't want parents to feel as alone as we felt navigating this journey. One of my clients used my beard as an example. I have no idea how we got on the conversation, but we did. And she said, what you're saying is, if you suddenly cut off your beard, you'd be a different person. And I said, yeah, no, you wouldn't recognize me without my beard. And then she said, well, if I suddenly cut out FASD, my kid wouldn't be somebody I recognize either. And I said, exactly. And I hope I'm successful in some small way. If I've made a difference in one person's life, then all of my outreach and efforts and all of the talking that I've done and all of the learning that I've done is worthwhile.